In the open ocean, the great white shark faces a biological imperative. It must keep moving. Water has to continuously flow over its gills. If the shark stops swimming, it suffocates. The spiritual life operates on the exact same principle. Growth is your oxygen. When you stop learning, stop praying, and simply rest on the victories you had years ago, a silent suffocation begins. You might look perfectly alive on the outside. You can attend the weekly services, know the biblical trivia, and maintain a highly respectable routine, all while slowly dying on the inside. Relationships rarely collapse overnight. They erode. When basic maintenance replaces intentionality and silence replaces genuine conversation, the connection fades. A believer's greatest threat hides in comfortable, unrecognized stagnation. It is the quiet, creeping assumption that you are fine, a subtle numbness that eventually smothers your actual need for God. In the first century, an entire community fell into this exact trap. Laodicea was a massive, self-sufficient banking center in the Roman world. When a devastating earthquake hit in AD 60, they rebuilt their city without accepting a single coin of Roman financial aid. Their civic pride rested on three major industries: that booming financial sector, a highly sought-after black wool used for luxury clothing, and a medical school that produced an exclusive eye salve. They thought they had everything. In the book of Revelation, Jesus strips away that wealthy facade. He issues a jarring reality check, telling them spiritually they are wretched, poor, blind, and naked. He uses their own local geography to make the point. Neighboring Hierapolis had natural hot springs, famous for healing. Colossae had refreshing cold mountain streams. But Laodicea had to pipe their water in through miles of aqueducts. By the time that water arrived, it was lukewarm and choked with nauseating calcium deposits. If you took a gulp expecting a refreshing drink, your visceral reaction would be to spit it out. Christ uses that exact imagery to describe their stagnant, disconnected religious routine. This historical mirror reflects a modern reality. When religious life becomes a series of piped-in routines, inherited traditions, and institutional support, it often loses its healing heat and its refreshing cold. We end up highly educated and perfectly comfortable, yet spiritually bankrupt, without even realizing the poverty of our hearts. But Christ does not deliver this harsh diagnosis to condemn them. He tells them, "As many as I love, I rebuke." This is an intervention. It is an urgent, loving interruption of their fatal complacency. He offers them a specific exchange. First, he tells them to trade their cheap, superficial religion for gold refined in the fire, a genuine faith that has actually been tested and proven. Second, they need to abandon their pride in that famous luxury black wool. He offers them white garments instead, representing his perfect righteousness to cover their mistakes and their self-sufficiency. Finally, he addresses their medical pride. He tells them to trade the world-famous Phrygian eye powder for spiritual eye salve, allowing the Holy Spirit to cure their complete inability to see their own desperation. Spiritually bankrupt people cannot purchase these cures with effort or good behavior. The only way to acquire them is by trading your pride and your independence for God's grace. Jesus wraps up this heavy diagnosis with an incredibly intimate invitation. He says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock." He asks to come inside and share a meal, the ultimate ancient symbol of friendship and acceptance. This door encompasses everything currently standing between you and a living connection. It is the relentless pace of daily busyness, the weight of career ambitions, and the digital noise that keeps your inner life isolated. Notice the gentleness of his approach. He initiates the rescue, he provides the warning, but he never kicks the door down. He respects your autonomy enough to stay outside until you invite him in. Healing a lukewarm heart requires action. You have to consciously listen for that knock, surrender your fierce independence, and intentionally open the door to daily communion. Once that door is open, the focus shifts from striving to staying connected. In the Gospel of John, Jesus provides the exact model for how to maintain this life. He calls it abiding. This diagram shows the core logic of the vine and branches. A branch cannot generate life. Its sole responsibility is maintaining physical connection. Vitality relies entirely on sap, the Holy Spirit, traveling from roots to branches. When active, it effortlessly produces fruit: love, joy, and peace. Your part in this process is not forcing fruit to grow through sheer willpower. Yield your will every morning, spend time reading the Word, and pray for that continuous flow. A true spiritual reality check means recognizing your absolute, desperate need for God. Stop trusting your own strength to keep yourself alive, and simply rest in the living vine today.